Good afternoon and welcome to Mars softball facility here. The actual name escapes me here, Josh. We're not actually at the high school. Centennial School. It's an elementary school here at Mars for today's PIAA Class 5A semifinal between the Armstrong Riverhawks, who will be home on the scoreboard, and the North Hills Indians. Riverhawks will obviously therefore take the field first. We apologize for getting to you here a little bit late. Obviously the game before this delayed due to weather, and then they started this one pretty quickly, so we had to pretty quick mad dash to get going here, get all set up and get our broadcast prepared for you folks out there. We thank you so much for tuning in on this Sprankles game day for this pivotal matchup, a matchup of the WPIAL championship game that happened just a few weeks ago between these Indians and Riverhawks. Riverhawks looking for revenge in that game. They fell, of course, to the Indians by a score, I believe, what was that, 12-2? Yeah, 12-2, Josh. So Armstrong on a roll right now. Their offense clicking in all cylinders, and they're hoping to keep that going here today against a team that certainly knows a lot about them, and they know a lot about as well.
Well, it was 12 days ago, the WPIAL championship game between these two teams, and in that time, Armstrong has reeled off 2 straight state playoff victories, a 10-1 win over Twin Valley, and a 15-4 drubbing of Exeter Township, where they hit 3 monstrous home runs. Jesse Pugh with a couple and Jenna Klontz with one, and about to get her underway here, Joe.
And coming to the plate for North Hills here to get things going will be Cassidy Wittig, the center fielder today for these Indians. Cameron Sprankle on the mound, her first pitch on its way, in there for a strike.
Well, changeup to start there by Cam.
Sprankle gets set, pitch on its way, low, scooped up by the backstop, and thrown back. Count now even, 1-1. Top of the first inning here in this PIAA Class 5A semifinal. Third pitch in there for ball 2. Count now 2-1.
Yeah, they break the state up into East and West, and this is the West final today, Joe. Winner gets to go to Penn State.
That pitch in there just a bit high. Count now 3-1 after starting out with a strike. Sprankle 3 consecutive balls here. Wittig making her work for it. Westwood on deck for the Indians. Pitch on its way. This one hit hard to center field. Back for it is Adams. At a one-hop defense, she'll gather this one and fire it in there. But Wittig will slide in with a lead-off double here for the Indians.
Well, she got a pretty good piece of that ball, Joe, and it seemed like Cassidy Adams maybe misplayed that a little bit. Maybe thought she was closer to the fence than she actually was. That ball gets over her head. Lead-off double here for the Indians.
Brenna Westwood now will step in for North Hills with a runner already on second base and no one down here. Sprankle steps on, looks for wristband, fires home to Atherton. That one gets away from her. The runner will advance to third base, so just 60 feet away now is Wittig, and still no one out.
Well, pass ball right there on Atherton. That one just skipped off the outside of the webbing of her glove there, like fingertips almost.
Apologize for this difficult view. This is where they positioned us, so that's all we really could do. Slow pitch in there, called a ball. 2-0 the count here to the second hitter in the Indians lineup, Brenna Westwood. Sprankle fires this one, hit hard, popped up to center field. Adams will camp under it. She's got a cannon. We'll see if they're going to test it. They will. She fires it home. It's going to one-hop into Atherton, but the run will score, and North Hills jumps out to a 1-0 lead.
Well, getting that leadoff double around and to the plate. North Hills on the board first here. They put up 12 runs in that WPIAL championship game, so we know they can hit. Armstrong's offense has been doing a great job throughout this run in the state playoffs, and you know, I don't think it's going to be a pitcher's duel like we saw with Highlands and Beaver, Joe.
That was absolutely how you could describe the game before this. Just one hit apiece for both those teams, I think, until the sixth inning, Josh. Yeah. So certainly a pitcher's duel there. Sprankle's first pitch of this at-bat in there for ball 1. This one hit towards third base, brought in by Egley. She fires across for out number 2. Nice play there by Egley at the hot corner, throwing over to Pugh for the second out.
Yeah, not only is Mackenzie Egley dangerous at the plate, but she's really clean over there at third base. I've got to watch her a lot this season, and really comfortable at the hot corner.
Now Abigail Scheller will step in, the cleanup hitter for the Indians. Also the catcher. She looks at ball 1. No one on. 2 outs. 1 runner crossed already. A leadoff double by Cassidy Wittig. The difference right now. This one hit. Backspin on it. Emma Paul will throw across for out number 3. Nice stretch there by Pugh at first, but the Indians do in fact strike first here, and they have a 1-0 lead after the leadoff double by Cassidy Wittig.
Yeah, Joe, and special thanks, as always, to Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, today's official broadcast sponsor and the official broadcast sponsor of Armstrong Riverhawks varsity softball this season. Got to see Ryan and Doug here, and the family's out in full force. So many thanks to Sprankles. They're located at 151 North McCain Street in downtown Katanning. They feature an unrivaled meat selection, fresh handmade sushi every day. Get a boba tea while you're in there too, Joe. A lot going on at Sprankles. You can pick up a grab-and-go meal, take home a delicious custom hoagie, and remember to check out their Facebook page too.
#SaveOnMeat.
#SaveOnMeat.
So the Riverhawks will come to bat for the first time here in the bottom of the first inning. Emma Smerick will lead off, as is the case more often than not for these Riverhawks. On the mound for North Hills, of course, is Sophia Roncone.
Yeah, she pitched against the Riverhawks in that Whitfield Championship game and shut them down, held them to just 1 hit. I think she had 4 strikeouts, maybe 3 walks. Really good outing for her in that WPIAL Championship game, and Riverhawks going to get another shot at her today.
Looks like the Riverhawks lineup very much unchanged from their state playoff run here thus far. It'll be Smerick, Paul, Egley, Pugh, Clance, Adams, Kilgore, Sprankle, and Atherton. The Riverhawks order here today. The left-handed swinging, speedy Emma Smerick will step in here. Her team already trailing 1-0. Indians able to strike first in the top half of the inning. But Armstrong's offense able to put up runs quickly, as we've seen during this PIAA playoff run. First pitch in there, well outside for ball 1.
Well, now, kind of look and see what mix Roncone is going to go with there. That was just out off the plate a little bit on that first pitch.
Next pitch, almost in the same exact location outside for ball 2. Count now 2-0 to Emma Smerick.
Yeah, Smerick is a prototypical leadoff hitter. You know, a lot of speed, good eye up there, knows her strike zone really, really well. She's not going to chase much.
Same exact pitch again outside for ball 3. So far, a patient at bat here for Emma Smerick against Sophia Roncone, who's now behind in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. And she stays alive with this battle with Smerick, throwing her first strike of this outing. Count now 3-1. Thank you all for tuning in today here on High Top Sports Network. Make sure to share and like us on Facebook, Twitter. Check out our website, hightopsportsnetwork.com. Pitch on its way. Count now full.
Well, Roncone working her way back here against Smerick. Fell in the 3-0 hole there, but 2 straight strikes here and full count.
Sarcone climbing back, as you mentioned. Here's the payoff pitch outside for ball 4. So the leadoff batter will reach for the Riverhawks, and that will bring to the plate the shortstop freshman, Emma Paul.
Well, you know, North Hills got their leadoff runner on. Top of the first inning, she came around to score. Wittig with that double. And now Smerick down there at first after drawing a walk from Roncone. I wouldn't be surprised to see Emma take off here.
Smerick at first. Emma Paul steps in for her first at bat of this contest. Sarcone looks in, or Roncone, excuse me. That pitch called a ball. 1-0 the count to Emma Paul. Emma Smerick at first. Mackenzie Egley on deck. Jesse Pugh in the hole. Roncone throws it. Big lead there by Smerik, but she gets back to first base without a throw. Count now even, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, checking out the wristband here, Emma Paul looking in to get that sign from Coach Doug Flanders down there at third. Riverhawks trying to match that opening run by North Hills.
Bunt laid down, hit back to the pitcher. That will advance Smerik. Paul nearly beating that one out.
Oh, she's trouble.
Smerik slides in, the ball gets away, and Smerik gets down to third base safely. Give Emma Paul the credit for the sacrifice there, and Smerik with a heads-up play. Tough throw from second base over to third, but Smerik able to slide in there safely. So 1 down, and Smerik now 60 feet away from tying this one up.
Well, I'll tell you what, she got hung out to dry. She took a real hard turn at second base, and she was caught halfway between. North Hills had her dead to rights, but ball got away from the third baseman down there. I want to see who the name is. That's a Galu at third, and it just, I don't know if Emma might have screened her coming in on that slide, but ball bounced away, and Smerik in there safely.
Mackenzie Egley, the third batter in the order, standing in. First pitch on its way, low, ball 1.
Well, Egley, one of the big bats on this Armstrong team, led the team this year in batting average, 521, Joe.
That is mighty impressive when you know you can throw your number 3 hitter in there and you can count on them getting a hit half the time.
Yeah, and plenty of power, too.
Egley looking for a big one here, able to drive Smerik home. So this one will bounce in. Nice stop there by the catcher. Count now 2 balls and no strikes to Mackenzie Egley, the Riverhawks' third baseman.
Yeah, Abigail Scheller behind the plate for the Indians. Real nice hop right there. Scooped that one right up off this turf field, Joe. Dried out really quickly.
It did indeed. Seeing catchers getting tested today so far, and Scheller up for the challenge there. This one high out of the zone. 3 balls and no strikes, so maybe a little bit of control issues here so far for Ron Cohn. Egley in the driver's seat now. Jessie Pugh on deck. She hit 2 home runs in the last game against Exeter. Ooh. This one fouled straight back.
Right above the camera there. That was coming into your living room.
Count now 3-1. Mentioned Jessie Pugh on deck. She hit 2 dingers against Exeter in the quarterfinal round. No doubters, Josh. Some of the longest home runs, maybe one of the longest home runs I've ever seen her first of that contest.
Yeah, that one's still going, I think.
This one fouled back. Count now full. 3-2 to Mackenzie Egley. Ron Cohn battling back here after falling behind 3-0. Smerik still at third base. This one hit third base. Smerik going to lead off a little bit, throw across. Smerik's going to try to get in there, and she is safe. What a play by Emma Smerik to tie this one up at 1-1. Got a little bit of a lead off third base, made the third baseman take a look. She still fired it home, and as soon as she did, Smerik broke for home, able to slide under the tag for the first run of this game.
Showing off the speed, Joe, all the way around the bases, Emma Smerik. You know, on that sacrifice bunt, she turned it into a trip to third base, and right there, getting in. Under the tag right there, breaking. As soon as the third baseman, Agalu, let go of the ball, Emma took off and got in.
First pitch to Jessie Pugh. This one's kind of in no man's land. A right fielder coming on for it. And she will bring it in for out number 3, but not without the Hawks tying this one up. Emma Smerik using the wills to nod this one up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, Shayna Perigo out there in right field coming in and making the play to end the Armstrong bottom of the first. And we were talking about, you know, just the importance of being a home team in a playoff game, Joe, that last crack if you need it. And Armstrong won the coin flip, and they are today's home team. While we have a moment, I'd like to thank TGIF Solutions, the official social media sponsor of High Top Sports Network and home of the Shellhammer Atwood Agency. They can assist you and your loved ones with any insurance need, big or small. Visit tgif.solutions. Find out answers to all of your insurance questions today. That's tgif.solutions. Sprankle about to get it started here. That's number 44. You know I love that number, Joe.
I know you do.
Maria Chutko leading off here for the Indians.
1-1 the score now. Sprankle, her second inning of work on the mound for the Riverhawks. Her first pitch on its way, grounded to second base. Coming on is Benvenuti. She throws over and out. A bang play there, but the stretch by Pugh the difference, and one out here after one at bat.
Slow roller right there. That ball, Chutko nearly beat that down the line. But the Riverhawks get the first out of the inning. And this is Anastasia Agalu coming up.
Agalu stepping in with one down. Sprankle's pitch on the way. Almost catching the inside corner, but called a ball. Want to know the count.
Yeah, just missed right there.
Agalu at the dish. Murphy on deck. This is just a soft liner to Emma Paul at short for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here. Quick inning so far here offensively for the Indians.
I'll tell you what, Joe, Cameron Sprankle's really mixing that changeup in well, and North Hills isn't making solid contact aside from Whitting's leadoff double. She's really been working that changeup here. It's been impressive.
Hannah Murphy standing in now for the Indians. She looks at strike 1. Nice pitch again there by Sprankle. Pitch on its way inside, grounded to Benvenuti again. Throw on to first, a nice 1-2-3 inning. A smile from Sprankle as she trots to her dugout. The Riverhawks will come to bat here. Game tied at 1-1. Nice inning there, very efficient inning. Those are nice to have here in a game that you have to expect to be close throughout.
Well, you could tell that North Hills really wants to jump on Sprankle's fastball, and she's using that changeup to keep him off balance here. The Indians go down quickly in the second. And while we have a moment, we'd like to thank another one of our great sponsors here on High Top Sports Network, Steffi's Country Catering, Joe. With over 40 years of experience, Steffi's Country Catering in Adrian provides sumptuous home-cooked food served by a friendly professional staff to make your next event worry-free. Ask about their grazing tables and 3-tier cheese ball cakes. Sugar Rush Cupcakes by Tara are available by order. And be sure to check out their Facebook page for weekly Sunday takeout specials. Mention High Top Sports Network to receive a special 10% discount when you book your next event. That's Steffi's Country Catering in Adrian. Check them out on Facebook. Great food.
Absolutely. Thank you to Terry and the folks at Steffi's Country Catering for their support of this Armstrong Riverhawks playoff run. First pitch here at the bottom of the second, right past the third baseman down the line. Jenna Klontz, ball mishandled down in left field. She's going to trot. She's going to look for a 3. She's going to slide in there. That's a triple Jenna Klontz, giving the Riverhawks a nice start here in the bottom of the second.
Well, that ball got past Agalu at third base, and then down in the corner there, a little trouble handling it. I think that's Kira Blouth out there. And right now, the Riverhawks got the go-ahead run 60 feet away, Joe.
And now the center fielder, Cassidy Adams, who we've seen on a couple defensive plays here so far, will take her first cuts of this contest with Jenna Klontz now standing at third base, with a leadoff triple. Adams, another one of those Riverhawks that we know can move. Also has that cannon in center field. We've seen her use a couple occasions here in this state playoff run. First pitch to her on its way, called strike 1.
Well, on the game changer, they're giving Jenna Klontz a single with a 2-base error here. That's how Armstrong scored it, so that's how we'll report it.
Yep. Trust the Riverhawks scoring staff over there. They always do a great job on the game changer.
Yeah, super helpful. I mean, that's something that...
This one grounded to short. Klontz going to lead off. She's going to get back to third base. No need to take a risk there. Yeah. Nice play by the shortstop, though. One down here in the bottom of the second.
Well, Melanie Taylor out there at short for the Indians. And looking Klontz back there, fired it across. Strong throw by her. And gets the speedy Cassidy Adams.
Now another one of the players with pop in this Riverhawks lineup. Riley Kilgore's had a nice state playoff run of her own. Will step in. Just one down. Jenna Klontz at third. Rondone's pitch on its way low. Nice stop again by the backstop. Ball 1.
Well, pretty much everybody on this Armstrong team has had a good state playoff run. 10 against Twin Valley, 15 against Exeter Township. So they're hitting up and down the lineup. 20 hits against the Eagles.
That pitch in there low. And Josh, to your point, I think there was only one player on the Armstrong roster in the last game that didn't have multiple hits.
Yeah, that was Cassidy Adams, I think, was the only one. Everybody had a hit that played in the game. Multiple girls with 2-3 hits in that game, 20 as a team.
Roncone's pitch on its way. Catching the outside edge, 4-strike-1. The count now 2 balls, 1 strike to the senior, the lone senior in the starting lineup, Riley Kilgore.
Well, that's a great location there by Roncone. It's not much you can do with that if you're Riley Kilgore. It's right on the corner. Good velocity as well.
Roncone, the windup in the pitch. This one hit foul, kind of jammed Kilgore a little bit there. Runs the count even, 2-2.
Well, Roncone working inside, outside. You know, she hit the outside corner and then came right back inside, right on the hands of Riley Kilgore.
Both dugouts very enthusiastic here in the early going. Especially that Armstrong dugout very loud. This ball chopped to first base. Breaking for home will be Clunch. She'll slide in there safely, so give Riley Kilgore the sacrifice ground out. The Riverhawks now lead 2-1.
Well, Hawks not afraid to take off from third base there. The ball to Agalu that Adams hit, not really much you could do with that if you're Jenna Klontz, but she didn't hesitate right there. Give Kilgore the RBI.
Now Sprankle will step in with the bases clear. 1 run across, 2 down. Roncone looking in. She fires in low, ball 1.
Well, we've already had plenty of offense here compared to that first game. Highlands falling to Beaver 4-0. And no scoring until the 6th inning in that game. We already got 3 runs on the board.
This one hit high, but out of play. The third baseman gives it a look, but no play on it. The count now 1-1 to the Armstrong pitcher, Cam Sprankle. Her first at bat here, taking place in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
And she was really lining the ball up against Exeter. She hit the ball hard all 4 times up.
Pitch on its way, foul back again. Sprankle able to battle here, but she falls behind in the count 1-2. Sprankle, one of those Riverhawks with multiple hits. I believe she had 2 in the victory over Exeter, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you are correct. I think she was 2 for 4, but I was impressed with the way she swung the bat. I mean, just lining everything up.
Sprankle with a smile there. She fouled that one off her own helmet.
That's interesting. You don't see that every day.
You certainly do not, but that kept her alive now. Count remains 1-2 to Cam Sprankle.
Yeah, 2 for 4 with an RBI against the Eagles was Sprankle.
As you mentioned, some of the hardest hit balls coming off her bat. This one fouled back again. Sprankle battling hard here, staying alive.
Yeah, real good battle between Sprankle and Roncone right now. Riverhawks trying to get something going with 2 down here.
1 runner crossed already here in this bottom half of the 2nd inning for the Riverhawks. Jenna Klontz reaching 3rd after what was recorded as a single and 2-base error. That pitch to Sprankle called a ball now, even 2-2 with 2 down.
Well, from this vantage point, it's really you can really tell the velocity that these girls get on the ball and the off-speed pitches and stuff. Another foul ball here by Sprankle. That one's going to the bus.
Off the side of a Honda. Count remains 2-2, but a nice battle here by Sprankle. And you always wonder what it's like to face your mound opponent and maybe make them work a little bit. I'm sure that goes through both pitchers' minds when they face off like that. And right now, Sprankle making Roncone work. Pitch high. Good job of laying off there by Sprankle. Count now full, 3-2.
Well, just a really, really good at bat by Cam Sprankle right here, just battling the whole way. She was down in the count, has worked it to a full count now. Payoff pitch incoming.
Roncone's delivery on its way. This one blooper to third base and an easy out there for out number 3. But the Riverhawks able to strike again. Another run in the 2nd inning gives them a 2-1 lead as we head into the top of the 3rd inning here on this Sprankle's Neighborhood Market game day on High Top Sports Network.
Yeah, Joan, we'd like to thank Phoenix Physical Therapy, Katanning, and Rural Valley. Life is all about motion, so orthopedic injuries are just a part of life. Phoenix Physical Therapy, Rural Valley, and Katanning will help you recover, recharge, and rise to new heights after an injury by creating a program focused on you. Your life should be pain-free and filled with activities that you love, and with help from Phoenix, you can get there. Schedule 24/7 online at phoenixphysicaltherapy.com or call them today to make your appointment.
Thank you much to the folks at Phoenix Physical Therapy. As you mentioned, Josh, locations in containing Royal Valley, and I do believe Indiana as well.
Yeah.
And we're hopefully going to be covering some Indiana sports here in the next school year.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Had a really good meeting up there last week with the top brass.
Yeah, Mr. Greg Lazanik inviting us down for a meeting. And
Marion Center's finest.
Absolutely. Another Marion Center alum. Never met a bad one. Heading now into the top of the third inning will be the pitcher. We mentioned that pitcher-on-pitcher matchup to end the last half inning. Now we're going to see it here on the opposite side of things. Sophia Roncone will step in to face Sprankle here to lead things off. Riverhawks leading 2-1. First pitch on its way. Some interesting motion on that pitch. You saw the ball almost kind of curling back into the zone. Almost like a slider of sorts. Roncone able to catch a little bit of it. Foul back to the screen for strike one. Soft one. Lined up the middle for a base hit. Roncone able to get the leadoff batter on here. Or she is the leadoff batter. She will reach there with a single up the middle.
Well, I'll tell you what, Roncone stayed back on that changeup right there, and that's what Cam Sprankle has been doing, is using that changeup to kind of keep North Hills off balance, but Roncone sat on it and ripped it right up the middle for a, no doubt, solid base hit. Got a pinch runner in here. And Kira Blouth at the plate.
Yeah, Blouth will step in now with a runner at first base. No one down.
I'm trying to see the number down there at first.
Sprankle pitch on its way. Inside and low, ball one.
That is Pulaski in there to pinch run for Roncone right now at first base.
Pulaski at first after the leadoff single by Roncone. Blouth will line this one to second. Egley will throw it to second base. Benvenuti will hold on to it, but the lead runner is retired on the ground out. One down here now for the Indians in the top of the third.
Yeah, so hard to turn a double play in softball. You know, the girls are fast, and it really has to be bang, bang. Right there, Egley getting the lead runner at second, fires it over to Benvenuti for the 5-4 putout.
Back to the top of the order here. Wittig looks at strike one. She hit a double and eventually came around to score in the first inning. She stands in here now with one down in the top of the third. Fastball coming in there with some zip, but outside for ball one.
Yeah, Atherton kind of set up a little to the outside right there, and Sprankle hit the glove just a little bit off the plate.
1-1 the count, pitch on its way. Wittig thinks about bunting, unable to make contact. Runs the count to 1-2. Cassidy Wittig already with a double to her name. She stands in here, looks at ball number 2. Count now 2-2.
Yeah, Sprankle trying to get Wittig to chase right there, and Indians leadoff hitter waits on it, watches it.
This one chopped the third. Egley's going to throw on a second again. Benvenuti will hold on to that. The lead runner once again retired on a second consecutive ground out. Armstrong doing what they need to defensively. Now 2 down. As you mentioned, Egley too, very smooth on her when she's been challenged here so far at third base. A nice throw to second base right to the glove of Benvenuti. High pitch. Atherton able to snatch that one for ball one.
Atherton's got a pretty sweet mask there.
I know.
It's like custom made. I like the softball back.
Sprankle fires home. This one lined up the middle again. That will reach Cassidy Adams there in center field. She'll fire it in. So now 2 on with 2 down. And now the number 3 batter in the order for North Hills, Melanie Taylor, will step in here in a big spot for the Indians. Westwood at first. Wittig at second. First pitch to Taylor, low, and well, they were going to check at first base, and Blue says no swing, so ball one.
Yeah, I thought she gave a little offer there, but able to check the swing.
Sprankle, low, nice stop again there by Atherton, ball two. Riverhawks with a run in each of the first two innings. North Hills with one in the first, none in the second. Well, they are here in the third with 2 runners on and 2 down. Sprankle fires that one in. That also a ball. She falls behind in the count. 3 balls and no strikes.
Well, North Hills got a little something going here, a little threat. Riverhawks clinging to that 1-run lead right now.
Sprankle gets that one in there for strike one. Nice location on that pitch. Number 3 hitter, Melanie Taylor, standing in here for North Hills with 2 down, 2 on. Pitch on its way. This grounded to short towards Emma Paul. She's going to fire across the diamond. Pugh with another stretch off her glove. A 1 run will score, and a runner will advance to third base. Kind of got deflected there a little bit. I'm not sure. I didn't see it.
Yeah, you were kind of screened off, but I saw it. Pugh stretched out, and it hit the thumb of her glove and came out. And that's a costly error right there for the Riverhawks. Ties this one up again, 2 apiece.
Costly indeed. A nice play at short by Emma Paul, firing it right across. Nice stretch by Pugh, but just unable to come up with it and allowing the tying run to come across. And now runners on the corners with 2 down. Armstrong really needing to get out of this jam. Make sure that error doesn't cost them too much. Already 1 run. This one hit foul down the line and out of play off the top of the fencing there down the first base line. But
yeah, you got a better view than me. I can't really see. Sprankle asking to run through the signs one more time here.
Meanwhile, Westwood stands at third base. The go-ahead run. Here's another ground ball thrown to second base for out number 3, but the Indians able to get back a run and tie this one up through 2.5. Knotted up at 2.
Yeah, John, while we have a moment, I'd like to thank Scott Heinauer, the Mars Athletic Director, and everybody here at Mars for the hospitality today, helping High Top Sports Network get this broadcast going. So special thanks to Scott and everyone here at Mars. Very appreciative. Great complex here. And while we have a moment, I'd like to thank another one of our awesome sponsors here on High Top Sports Network. I'd like to thank Shop and Save.
Yeah.
You know what time it is, Joe. It's summertime, and that means...
time to grill it.
It's time to grill it. Oh, man. You got to love Shop and Save, Franklin Village Fuel Center up there, Mr. O'Connell, one of our sponsors, and many thanks to Shop and Save. I was trying to pull up the weekly special, and I lost it. Because you know I like to go down through the weekly special.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And there's always some great specials up there at Franklin Village Shop and Save, Josh.
Tell the folks what's going on out there. I'm getting there. West Katanning all the way at the bottom.
Bella Atherton's about to step in here for the Riverhawks, so we'll be able to give you that weekly special here momentarily. But in the meantime, the Riverhawks catcher will lead things off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Game knotted up at 2 apiece here in this PIAA Class 5A semifinal. The winner will advance to the state championship in the State College PA. First crack, weak contact, and out of the reach of the third baseman for strike 1. Atherton, a nice game in that quarterfinal against Exeter in Bedford, PA. Game that was delayed twice due to rain. Riverhawks still able to keep their focus and come out ahead. Atherton now behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Well, Ron Cohn looks to be settling in a little bit here, Joe. coming out with a little more zip on the ball, I think, in this inning. They're just starting to get that arm loose, and she's really starting to ramp it up.
This pitch hit weakly towards first base.
I think that is Chutko over there at first. Kind of took a weird route.
She did.
Glenn Kilgore kind of in the way.
So that will keep Atherton alive here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. First at bat here of the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Armstrong catcher, Bella Atherton, hits this one high and back out of play. So she will stay alive. Count remains 1-2.
Well, one thing the Riverhawks are doing, Joe, is they're really battling against Roncone. A lot of foul balls we've seen, and she's already up to 37 pitches here as we start the 3rd.
Saw that long at bat last inning, Cam Sprankle. Several pitches in that one, fouling at several back. This one hit over the head of the 3rd baseman. Atherton, after a nice long at bat, able to hit that line drive in there for a leadoff single. So once again, the Riverhawks getting that leadoff batter on base.
Yeah, and that rolls the order over. We're going to get Emma Smerick coming up here. Armstrong leadoff hitter.
And now that will send Emily Campbell to first base in Atherton's spot to pinch run. And as Josh mentioned there, Emma Smerick will come up to the plate to bring us back to the top of the order. Smerick, impressive base running skills in the 1st inning.
Yeah, using that speed to her advantage and able to get in under the tag on a ball that didn't leave the infield.
Pitch on the outside corner. Glove didn't have to move. Roncone able to hit it square for strike 1. Great job of pitch framing there by the catcher, Scheller. Abigail Scheller. Roncone pitch on its way. This one hit hard and deep. Center field. And that one is gone. Emma Smerick with a 2-run home run, and the Riverhawks now take a 4-2 lead.
Oh, man, Joe. Just got a big piece of that. Emma Smerick dead center. Gonzo. Riverhawks back on top.
Emma Smerick, a line drive over center field to double up the score for the Riverhawks. They now lead 4-2. And still no one out here in the top of the 4th inning, Josh.
Well, Joe, when we were watching that Highlands Beaver game, we talked about this field and the dimensions of it.
Bottom of the 3rd, I apologize.
Oh, okay. We were talking about the dimensions of this field and, kind of took a look around and thought, boy, Riverhawks could do some damage on this field. Right there, Smerick gets the first dinger of the day.
They'll exchange balls and make sure that Emma Smerick can have that keepsake. Obviously, you want something like that when you hit a 2-run homer in a state semifinal. Certainly want to keep that piece of memorabilia.
I'll tell you what, Scott Heinauer right on it.
Yeah.
Out there demanding the ball and handed it off to the Armstrong dugout. And that is a keepsake because, you're not thinking about it in the moment. But that's something she'll cherish, having that ball.
Still no one out in the first pitch to Emma Paul outside, ball 1. Riverhawks already having a much more successful outing than they did last time against Roncone in the Whippy Championship game. They only mustered 2 runs in that one. Second pitch into Paul's, called a strike, count even 1-1.
Yeah, and they only got 1 hit off of Roncone in that game. A 5-inning mercy rule game, and obviously Riverhawks would love nothing more than to get some revenge out here.
Pitch on its way. Nice glove work there by Scheller to bring that one back in ever so slightly to maybe buy the call there. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Armstrong shortstop, Emma Paul.
Yeah, Joe, you mentioned it in a previous at-bat about Scheller's ability to frame those pitches, and she's really, really good at it. And we have the perfect vantage point to see it.
This ball hit towards the left fielder. She takes a couple steps to her right and able to retire Emma Paul.
Catcher's interference on Scheller.
They're going to say catcher interference. So Emma Paul will remain safely at first base, and still no one out here in the bottom of the 3rd, Josh.
Yeah, Blue jumped out there. You could kind of hear it before Paul made contact. Just a little tip of the glove, but that's enough to get that catcher's interference call and take an out off the scoreboard right there. We'll see if the Riverhawks can cash that one in. Yeah, Blue was on top of that. He jumped out right away.
That'll
made the call.
Mackenzie Egley now to the dish. Paul stands at first. This one popped up between center and right field, and the center fielder will camp under it. And Paul will retreat back to first base now, one down here in the bottom of the third.
Well, that was a nice play out there in center. And I think Emma Paul was a little, she had to dive back in. And that is Wittig, of course, out there. Cassidy Wittig in center field for the Indians, and came in, made a nice running catch, and looked like she thought about taking a shot at getting Emma Paul there off first base.
Now the cleanup hitter, Jessie Pugh, again, 2 homers in the last game, steps in. First pitch to her, foul back, strike one.
That little girl with a glove on over there, she was ready.
Always good to bring a glove to the ball game, and
yeah,
not just for
sure.
pro games, Josh. You to bring it to a state semifinal game as well.
I know if I were that age, I would have my glove with me, 100%.
No balls, 1 strike pitch on its way to Pugh. High, losing a handle on it, but keeping it in front of her is Scheller. Count now 1-1.
Speaking of which, I have my glove in my trunk. I should have
brought it.
We've had a lot of foul balls go right past us back here.
You don't see too many commentators with a glove during a game. That's a nice little maybe a tradition to begin here on High Top.
I'm down with it.
Cover a game, keep the glove on. You never know when you might need it.
That's right.
Jessie Pugh, the batter. Count even 1-1.
Oh, boy.
And Paul, it kind of caught in between. She's going to try to slide in there. She is safe. Emma Paul, risky business, but able to get in there to second base and advance 60 feet. Meanwhile, the pitch called a ball, so count now 2-1 to Jessie Pugh, and she now has a runner in scoring position.
Well, I'll tell you what, that slide by Emma Paul, I mean, the throw beat her, and she was dead to rights right there, but she slid in and picked that left hand up, avoided the tag, and then put it down, blew right on top of it, makes the safe call.
Nice play there by Paul. Just an athlete in general. We saw what she was able to do during basketball season. That was a very athletic play you saw there to avoid the tag. Pugh looks at another ball. Count now 3 balls and a strike. And the Riverhawks continue to make Ron Cohn work on the mound. Throwing a lot of pitches here through the first 3 innings.
Yeah, Joe, and a couple times, they've been, like you said, risky business, living dangerously on the base paths right there, but
making it happen.
North Hill's unable to get them.
Ron Cohn's pitch on its way. This one fouled back. Count full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Riverhawks cleanup hitter, Jessie Pugh.
This team just hits for days. And, you never know where it's coming from today. We got Smerrick going deep with a home run.
We talk about her speed all the time, but maybe sometimes we don't give her power enough credit. Right there, she showed us she's got that too. And Pugh lays off the high pitch, 4-4. Runners on first and second, and still just 1 out here in the bottom of the third. And that will bring to the plate Jenna Clance, another one of those Riverhawks that was able to go yard in the semifinal game against Exeter. She hit a moonshot to left field in that outing. 1 of 3 home runs for the Riverhawks.
Well, Ron Cohn now up to 51 pitches, and we're not through the 3rd inning yet, Joe. So Riverhawks definitely making her work, and the more pitches they see, easier it is for this offense to get dialed in.
2 on, Riverhawks with a 2-run lead. Putting 2 on the board here so far in this inning. Big cut there by Clance, swinging past that one. 4 strike 1.
Good heat by Ron Cohn right there. High cheese.
So that was a big swing there by Clance on a fast pitch. If she makes contact with that one. Instead, Ron Cohn able to blow that one by her. 0-1 the count. Pitch on its way. This one low. Nice play by Ron Cohn. Low throw, but will retire Clance for out number 2.
Well, Clance moved the runners right there. Now you got 2 in scoring position, so a base hit brings home a couple more if you're Armstrong. And Cassidy Adams, chance to cash in a couple more here.
Adams will stand in with 2 runners in scoring position. Paul at 3rd, Pugh at 2nd. Ron Cohn looking to get out of the jam. She bounces this one in. Scheller again with a nice stop to keep that one in front of her. Count 1-0 to the center fielder, Cassidy Adams.
And how big would that catcher's interference be right now if Riverhawks are able to get something done here and bring a couple more around with a hit?
That catcher interference being called Emma Paul's at bat. She's now at third base. So you mentioned, Josh, that could loom large if the Indians can't come out of this one. This one popped up to center field. This should be a routine play, and it is for out number 3. But the Riverhawks do strike again, putting 2 more on the board here in the bottom of the third to take a 4-2 lead over North Hills.
Well, they've scored in every inning, Joe. They scored in every inning against Exeter, I believe. I mean, that game was over in 5. And the continuing just dominance of this offense, you know, they're putting up runs on everybody. And like I said, you never know where it's coming from. The power can come from anywhere, 1 to 9. These girls can all hit, and that's a big reason why they're in this state semifinal game. But, Joe, I got that weekly special for you.
I want to hear it.
All right, well, you know, summertime, time to grill it.
Time to grill it, always.
And, you know, what you want to throw on the grill, they got it at Shop and Save. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and that's a 5-pound bag, just $139 a pound. Then you got some boneless center-cut pork loin chops. Value pack, buy one, get one free. And this is what I love, the T-bone or porterhouse, Joe. And $9.98 a pound. You're not going to find a T-bone or a porterhouse.
And you always know the quality's there, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And they got some fresh Atlantic salmon fillets, $7.98 a pound. So if, you know, the red meat or the pork is not your thing, grab some salmon up there at Shop and Save.
First pitch here in the top of the 4th inning to Chutko, called a strike. Nice pitch there by Sprankle to the 5th batter in the order, Maria Chutko. Also the first baseman. Another pitch in there for a strike. Sprankle taking some off on that one, and Chutko not able to pull the trigger on that one. She falls behind 0-2. Sprankle puts that one out there. Coming on for it is Jenna Clontz for out number 1. Clontz kind of stood still there for a second, kind of read it, and then had to kind of sprint forward to track that one down, but she's able to for out number 1.
I don't know which of the coaches it was in the Armstrong dugout, Joe, but said, Jenna, come get it. And then she took off and able to get in there and make that running grab.
McGalu will step in now. First pitch in there, called a ball.
Just missed right there. Atherton kind of turned around to blue and said, where was it?
Sprankle doing a good job of letting the defense do its job behind her. She just throws that one in there. Even the count now 1-1, but you know, you're just seeing her trying to place pitches and let that defense do work behind her. She's not trying to overthrow. This one fouled back.
Would have been a place for my glove if I was wearing it.
Right.
Just reach up and grab that.
I'm not going to wish that this backstop wasn't here.
Yeah, right.
You've seen some rockets hit straight back here, especially in that first game. Some foul balls coming back that startled everyone behind this backstop.
Well, it sounded like a gunshot when it hit that sign with the baseball field rules up here. Boy, oh boy, we did see some excellent pitching in that first game.
Sprankle, 2-2 count, pitch on its way. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Cam Sprankle to sit down Agalu.
Yeah.
For out number 2.
Well, she cranked it up a little bit right there. Good velocity on that rising heater by Cam Sprankle. And a big strikeout. 2 down now, Joe. And the more zeros you put up on the board, the way this offense is going, that's nothing but good news for Armstrong.
First pitch in there to Hannah Murphy, the designated player. Foul back, strike 1. 2 down here now in the top of the 4th inning. 1 run in the first inning, none in the second, 1 in the third for North Hills. That pitch there to Murphy called a ball. Count even, 1-1.
Yeah, North Hills got past Fox Chapel in the first round and then beat Bellefonte in the quarters to set up this semifinal matchup. And they certainly didn't have to travel as far as Armstrong did.
Armstrong, a 5-hour drive in the first round.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we were there for that. And then a little bit shorter drive for the second one, about 2 hours and 15 minutes-ish to Bedford. Now this one closer to the Riverhawk.
Throw. Oh, I thought she was going to give it a shot. That ball got out there to Smerick really quickly. Good piece of hitting right there by Murphy. But that ball got out to Smerick on one hop. I thought she was going to try it fire it to first base and try and get her.
Yeah, Murphy not exactly booking it down the line there. Thinking about maybe throwing it in there, but Smerek will instead just toss it into the cutoff and live to play another at bat.
Getting the lineup here set. The courtesy runner in for Murphy.
Yeah, Perigo, I believe the name.
I think the girls in North Hills told me Perigo.
Okay.
Agalu and Perigo were the two, and Blouth. Those were the ones that I asked for pronunciations on.
Now Ron Cohn will step in. 2 outs. First pitch to her, low, ball 1. Ron Cohn looking to help her own cause. Her team trailing by 2 runs. Top of the 4th inning. Runner on first. Sprankle's pitch on its way. Hit towards second base. Benvenuti will bobble it. Still throw on to first. And just in time for out number 3. So the Riverhawks dodge a bullet there. Mishandled by Benvenuti, but an accurate throw. Nabs Ron Cohn at first.
I'll tell you what, Benvenuti stuck with it. She didn't, that ball hopped off of her, and she didn't get flustered. Stayed with it, picked it up, and got it there just in time. I'm telling you, Ron Cohn's foot was coming down on the bag when that ball hit Pugh's glove, and get the out call there to get out of the inning.
Certainly the right call. Bang, bang play, but the accurate throw. The difference there after the bobble by Benvenuti to retire the side. And another scoreless frame here for...
Ooh,
jeez.
That's the camera.
Yep, our camera just, I think, broke. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well. See if we can repair our camera here. I might turn it off for a second and see if it'll come back on, but an awful warm-up pitch there by Ron Cohn.
Oh, man, we might have to do a radio broadcast here. Oh, boy.
And I got her back.
Yeah.
We'll change this view. This is the best we can do for now. Ron Cohn will step back in. First pitch to her, low in the zone, ball 1.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that because that hit the camera square.
I think it just made it get out of focus a little bit. That's the issue. We just had to restart it here, but first pitch there, a ball to begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Another pitch in there, bouncing off the shin of Blue for ball 2. Riley Kilgore, her second at bat of this contest.
Yeah, that's why you wear the shin guards. Blue didn't move there, stoic behind the plate.
I was not stoic when I thought our camera broke.
No, it was caught it pretty clean.
Riley Kilgore stands in, looks at ball 3.
Yeah, Kilgore 0 for 1, but able to plate a run with an RBI ground out her first time up.
Kilgore at the plate, Sprankle on deck, Atherton in the hole. Start this bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch in there. 4, 4, low. Nearly. They're very close, but I believe the right call there again. Now the leadoff batter will reach once again, Josh. That's obviously been a big trend here for the Riverhawks offense.
Yeah, and they've been able to cash it in, too. Up 4-2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And trying to add some more. Cam Sprankle looking to help herself here.
Kilgore at first, Sprankle stepping in. No one out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Riverhawks putting points on the board here in every inning so far. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the third. First pitch to Sprankle, ball 1.
Our partner at High Top, Jake DeLuca, just texted us. He said, I was watching. That ball met the camera directly. Holy mokes.
Holy mokes indeed. That pitch to Sprankle low, ball 2. So 6 consecutive balls here from Ron Cohn to begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Sprankle now in the driver's seat with a 2-0 count. Try to fix that camera here between the next half inning. We know it's not the most ideal look, but it's working. This ball hit to left field. Camping under is the left fielder for out number 1. Kilgore will retreat back to first base.
Well, Cam just missed that one, got a little bit under it, Joe, and turns into just a long out right there, but good swing by Sprankle, just got under it a little bit.
Not sure if I improved the view. I might have made it worse. Try to do my best here. As I said, we'll try to fix it here between half innings, so just bear with us. 1 down now in the bottom of the 4th. Atherton at the plate. Kilgore remains at first. First pitch hit foul for strike 1.
Well, if it's not the rain, it's the warm-up pitches. Something's going to get us. Every game, we've had something happen.
You don't expect a warm-up pitch to be what comes back and get your camera like that. You'd expect maybe a foul ball, but in this case, a warm-up pitch, the culprit.
Holy mokes.
Holy mokes, indeed. I had another word come across my old brain pan when that happened.
Oh, man.
And that one fouled back for strike number 2 to the Armstrong catcher, Bella Atherton, who I do believe reached last time on a single.
Yeah, she had a base knock her last time up. 1 for 1 today is Atherton. Kilgore standing out there at first after a walk.
Pitch on its way. This one fouled towards the Armstrong dugout here on the third base line to stay alive. Count remains 0-2, 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th.
Ron Cohn with a really, really nice location there. There's nothing Bella Atherton could do but roll it over foul. Good pitch by Ron Cohn.
Ron Cohn in the driver's seat now against Atherton. She fires this one, and another foul ball back towards us here.
Danger, danger.
Danger indeed. You know, our camera's not exactly on the chain link, but you wonder when it comes straight back like that warm-up pitch did, it can just dent that chain link enough so to reach our equipment, but that's how we were able to give you the view we are and keep it kind of as close as possible there. Atherton continuing to battle here. We've seen a lot of long at-bats. And an inside pitch by Ron Cohn. Nice location on that one for the backwards K and the second out here in the bottom of the 4th.
And Scheller, another good job of framing that pitch right there.
Now Emma Smerrick, who we saw hit that 2-run home run to dead center field, will step back in here with 2 down, and Riley Kilgore still at first base. Just as I say that, looks like they're going to put in a
the pinch runner
for Kilgore. That'll be number 15 for the Riverhawks. That, of course, is Maggie Seifer.
Well, I'll tell you what, Smerrick took a nice, easy swing on that home run and just made solid contact right out over the plate. Didn't try to pull the ball, and hit a nice 2-run shot, and that's the difference right now, Joe.
The Indians looking to keep the Riverhawks off the scoreboard for the first time in any inning here so far today. None so far, but Smerrick, the hottest batter in this lineup right now, you could say, looks at ball 1. Ron Cohn looks into Scheller, fires home, high. Scheller gets out of her stance to grab that one. Count now 2-0.
Good plate discipline by Smerrick. Doesn't even think about chasing anything out of the zone.
Another pitch high by Ron Cohn, maybe just to see if she can get Smerrick to chase. Thinking about it maybe a little too much with how Smerrick has done so far here today. Of course, taking her yard in the last inning. 3-0 the count. Seifer at first, 2 down. Smerrick standing in. Looks at strike 1.
Oh.
Seifer getting back in time after the snap throw by Scheller. Nice throw again by this North Hills catcher. She's been impressive today with some of the stops she's had, Josh, and showing off the arm there, nearly nabbing Seifer at first.
Yeah, she has been really impressive defensively back there for the Indians. And definitely would have had Emma Paul thrown out, too, if not for a great slide by her.
Ron Cohn able to battle back here to run the count full, 2 consecutive strikes. The reason for that, payoff pitch on its way. Seifert first. Emma Smerick at the plate.
Seifert going to be moving, I'm sure.
Foul back. That'll extend this at bat, at least another pitch. Two runs for Smerick so far.
Mm-hmm. And a couple of ribbies.
This one hit hard to right field. This one has a chance. It's going to hit the fence. Seifert's going to round third. Oh, they're going to say it's a home run.
Gone.
Another home run, another 2-run home run by Emma Smerick. Extends this Armstrong lead 6-2.
Oppo Taco. Going with the pitch, Joe. That's what she did on her first home run. Just going with the pitch. That ball out over the plate. Just put bat on ball, went with it, and takes it out to left field. Second dinger of the game by Smerick.
Second consecutive game in this playoff run that the Riverhawks have had a player hit 2 home runs in one outing. Last one, Jessie Pugh, of course. Now Emma Smerick with 2 home runs in her first 3 at-bats, reaching in all 3 of those at-bats. Now Emma Paul, same name, different last, will come to the plate.
I see the ball has been retrieved out there in left field, so Smerick going to go home with a couple of game balls today.
This ball in tight to Paul for ball 1. Emma Smerick having a day here for the Riverhawks. 2 2-run home runs. 3 runs scored. A pitch in there with some zip by Ron Cohn for strike 1.
Well, every inning once again, Joe. Riverhawks on the board. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and now 2 each in the third and the fourth here.
This one hit hard to the left center or right center field gap, but the right fielder able to track that one down for out number 3, but not without some more fireworks by the Armstrong offense. Emma Smerick hitting a 2-run home run to match the feat that she accomplished in the third inning to give the Riverhawks a 6-2 lead here after 4 full. Josh, we're going to take a quick commercial break so we can
fix the camera.
So stay tuned here on High Top Sports Network. We'll be right back after a quick message from our sponsors.
Our meat crew has our meat case standing tall. Every day we cut fresh, every single day. We have great quality, we have great prices. You don't want to miss out, so make sure you come down and check us out. And also, look for our Facebook page, #SaveOnMeat. We have a ton of great giveaways every week involving meat. You're not going to want to miss that either. We also have chef-prepared, Chef Paul prepared sushi, everyday fresh, and Sushi Wednesdays, $5 sushi rolls, and you can win by liking and sharing on our Facebook page, Sushi Madness shirt.
And sorry to cut our friends at Sprankle's Neighborhood Market out, are off there shortly. We are today's official broadcast partner. We'll be make sure to share their message with you here. Now in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch in there for ball 1. Standing in for North Hills is number 22. That, of course, is Kira Blouth. Blouth fouls this one back to run the count even, 1-1. Riverhawks offense, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 more in the fourth. For North Hills, 1 in the first, none in the second, 1 in the third, and none in the fourth to bring us to this 6-2 Armstrong advantage. Last pitch there by Sprankle, called a ball, count 2-1.
Oh, just missed there.
Just missing there was Sprankle. Runs the count to 3-1. That's a very close pitch, but Blouth able to stand in there and take the ball. Now she's in the driver's seat here, 3-1. Sprankle. This one grounded to short. Paul, throw across, high throw, but Pugh able to gather that one in for out number 1. Again, Sprankle not doing too much out in the mound there. Just trying to make sure she throws strikes and let that defense do the work behind her. Now Paul having a nice defensive run here in these playoffs.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Joe. She played an excellent game against Exeter Township and, flashing the leather multiple times against the Eagles and makes the routine plays look routine, and that's what a good player does.
Back to the top of the order here for North Hills. Cassidy Wittig, who has scored a run here so far for North Hills, looks at ball 1. One down here in the top of the 5th. Second pitch into Wittig. Called a ball. Count 2-1 or 2-0.
Well, North Hills dugout trying to get fired up over here and help their teammates create a rally.
Sprankle able to catch the corner there for strike 1. 2-1 the count to Cassidy Wittig, center fielder. This one hit hard past Benvenuti at second base for a single there by Wittig. She's having a nice game. Her second hit, I believe, of this contest.
Yeah, led off the game with a double and came around to score and rips a ball between first and second right there.
So now 1 on, 1 out. And Brenna Westbrook stands in. This ball hit softly to second base. Benvenuti with a nice throw to second, where Emma Paul's there to tap the bag for out number 2. Quick throw there by Benvenuti at second to retire the lead runner. 2 down now here in the top of the 5th.
Well, that's something Armstrong has done really well in this game, getting those lead runners and not allowing North Hills to, roll around the bases.
Melanie Taylor will stand in now with 2 down. Change up, I think, there from Sprankle, low and out of the zone, ball 1. Sprankle, 5th inning of work. That ball jamming Taylor a little bit, it seemed, and gets the swing and miss for strike 1. Again, 2 down. Westwood at first base. That one just missing for ball 2. Count now 2-1 to the number 3 hitter in this North Hills order, Melanie Taylor. This behind the zone, swung on. High fly out. Camping under is Smerick for out number 3. So another crisis averted, runner stranded at first. And another scoreless frame by North Hills. After 4 1/2, the Riverhawks with a 6-2 advantage here in this PIAA Class 5A semifinal on this Spranklehood Neighborhood Market game day on High Top Sports.
Yeah, and since we cut them off the last time we were trying to fix our camera between innings, we'd like to thank once again Sprankle's Neighborhood Market, located at 151 North McCain Street in downtown Katanning. They feature an unrivaled meat selection and deliver quality ingredients at the most competitive prices around. Be sure to sample the chef-made sushi, always prepared fresh daily. Be sure to stop in for Sushi Madness every Wednesday. Hand rolls for just $5. Pick up a homemade grab-and-go meal, take home a delicious custom hoagie, and remember to check out Sprankle's Facebook page too.
#SaveOnMeat.
#SaveOnMeat. Is there a better social media presence in the grocery business than Sprankle's Neighborhood Market?
I mean, that's a question for the folks out there, and I think the answer is pretty concrete. No.
Just content.
25,000 followers on Facebook, I do believe.
And just creating content daily. Awesome stuff. Thanks to Sprankles. They've been with us all season long, our official broadcast sponsor of Riverhawks varsity softball during this historic 2021 season, Joe.
That's Mackenzie Egley. Will stand in now. It is indeed Egley. She looks at ball 1. Armstrong able to put runs on the board in each of the first four innings. Now they're in their fifth frame here, looking to inflict more damage. Egley looks at ball two, count now 2-0.
Yeah, a little bit different story in this one than that WPIAL championship game, Joe. You know, Ron Cohn had them locked up. The Riverhawks getting after it today, though, offensively. 6 runs here.
This pitch swung on towards the gap. Looks like the center fielder will come on and retrieve that one for out number 1. I think that might be the first time that the Riverhawks leadoff batter did not reach in any inning so far.
I think you are correct, sir. Cassidy Wittig out there in center field for the Indians, tracking that one down. And Egley now 0 for 3 on the afternoon after that flyout.
Jesse Pugh will come to the dish here with 1 down. Pugh, one of the heroes in the quarterfinal victory. First pitch to her, called a ball.
Yeah, I still can't get over that first home run she hit. I mean, just titanic.
Yeah. I always like to think, we played a little softball together a couple years back, Josh, and I'd like to think, I could have hit that ball, but more and more I think about it, I probably couldn't. That ball was just a mammoth shot.
Coach Flanders had a good laugh on the bus when I said on the air that I would need 2 swings to hit it that far.
Right.
Coach Flanders rewatching the game as soon as we got onto the bus there. And special thanks to Armstrong for helping us out, getting us down there to Bedford. And special thanks to the parents. Oh, my goodness. Without them, we would have been fried. We got dumped on. And
this one hit hard to the gap. That one is gone. Jessie Pugh with another home run, her 3rd in 2 games. The Riverhawks lead 7-2.
Yet again, another no-doubter by Jessie Pugh. As soon as she made contact, you saw me put the finger up and do the home run symbol because that ball was out of here in a hurry.
Wow, this Armstrong team, they've got to be loving this too. You figure after only getting 1 hit in their last contest, that WPIAL championship game against these Indians, they put on this offensive display here today, clinching another inning where they've scored at least a run to make it 7-2. They got to be happy with the way these bats are playing against this team that, they were extra motivated to play.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, once we found out that North Hills got past Bellefonte and we were going to set up a rematch of that WPIAL championship game, I think these girls and this Armstrong coaching staff, they really didn't need any extra motivation. They had all the motivation that they needed coming into this one.
And it looks like the Riverhawks have chased Rondon.
Yeah, Ron Cohn got up there.
Ron Cohn, excuse me.
Chutko coming into pitch right now. They made her work. I mean, a lot of great at-bats, Joe, even on at-bats where the Riverhawks, made an out. A lot of foul balls and made Ron Cohn throw a lot of pitches. And North Hills going to Chutko right now here in the bottom of the 5th, down 7-2.
That's got to feel good for the Riverhawks, chasing Ron Cohn, who had her way with these Riverhawks in that WPIAL championship. As you mentioned, now it'll be up to Chutko.
Well, this is a different team than the one North Hills saw 12 days ago in that WPIAL championship game. And I'll tell you what, that Riverhawks having to take that 5-hour trip to Lyons, Pennsylvania, where I met you guys for that first-round game against Twin Valley. I'm telling you what, that put a little chip on these Riverhawks' shoulder. And, they're saying, you're sending us 5 hours east for a state playoff game? Really? Meanwhile, North Hills, the WPIAL champ, they got to play at North Allegheny. Not a very long trip for their first-round game. And ever since that 10-1 win over Twin Valley, and their really good pitcher, Sophia Paulian, I believe her name was.
This ball swung on to Jenna Klontz, grounded a 3rd throw across. Quick out number 1 for Chutko and the Indians. 2 down now here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, Chutko coming in, 1 pitch, 1 out. Getting Jenna Klontz to turn that one over, just roll a ground ball down to 3rd base.
Cassidy Adams will now step in for Armstrong with 2 down, 1 run across already here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch by Chutko swung on again. 2 pitches and the same result as the last. A ground out and nice throw to first for out number 3. So 1 run does come across on the solo home run by Jesse Pugh to extend this Armstrong lead to 7-2.
Look who the first one out of the dugout was. Jesse Pugh walking on air right now, as you said, Joe. 3 homers in the past 2 games for Jesse Pugh. And once again, the Riverhawks as a team, another 3 home run output here today. And still got a couple more innings to go here. They could feasibly add on.
Sprankle back out on the, I want to call it the hill, but in softball really isn't.
The circle.
Yeah, back out in the circle.
Inside the circle.
For the Riverhawks. And what will be the top of the 6th inning. Moving right along, if you've noticed here too.
Yeah.
Quick breaks between half innings, I've noticed. Getting things rolling here.
Well, there's no lights at this facility, and they know they need to get it in here. But, you know, considering all the weather we had before that Highlands Beaver game, we are moving right along, Joe. That game was a pitcher's duel. It went pretty quickly, and we got started pretty directly after the conclusion of that.
Josh, Abigail Scheller leading things off here for North Hills. She looks at ball 1.
I was getting attacked by a bug.
I've noticed that. I'm getting kind of bit up here. It's been that kind of spring, though, so far. A lot of bugs from all the rain. Got to figure, maybe. Pitch on its way. Scheller hits this ball, puts a glove on it. Throw across a stretch by Pugh for the terrific out. Nice throw and nice stretch for out number 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, Emma Paul has struggled a little bit at the plate, and you can kind of see her youth at the plate in these state playoff games. It's a bigger stage. You know, pitchers are better. They got some scouting on her now, but defensively, she has been lights out throughout this entire run.
We've talked so much about this offense today. The defense deserves just as much credit. First pitch into Chutko, who we saw last half inning step into the circle as the new pitcher. She looks at strike 1.
Yeah, Chutko, the lefty, wearing my old number in red and white, too.
I know, I was going to say that. Looking very Katanning-esque. One of the former schools that now make up Armstrong Junior Senior High School. The other, of course, Ford City. This one hit hard back. Sprankle gets a glove on it, but that one hit too hard, and Chutko will trot into first base with a 1-out single.
And that was a good swing by Chutko right there. A line drive right back up the middle. Sprankle got that glove out, just nicked her glove as it went past her into center field. Hard hit ball. Indians got a runner on with 1 down here.
So Sprankle now to get out of another jam and leave more North Hills batters stranded. That one across the bunt attempt, unable to make contact. Strike 1. Atherton gives it a look, thrown down to Pugh at first, but Chutko back safely.
Well, North Hills is going to have to get something going here as this game now into the 6th inning. So you'd expect to see them take some chances out on the base paths, Joe.
That's a great point. You see them maybe trying to just generate some kind of offense with a Galu here, showing bunt in the first 2, able to pull that last one back. This one, nice play. Throw from Egley to first for the out. It does advance the runner. Another nice grab over at first there by Pugh to retire the 2nd out here in the top of the 6th.
I really thought Egley was going to let that ball roll foul. It looked like it was going toward the line, but she picked it up barehanded and fired it over there to Pugh to get the 2nd out.
I apologize, our scoreboard there, that was my bad. Didn't update it, said it was the 5th. It is in fact the top of the 6th. Apologize for that.
Yeah, they don't put the zeros up until after the inning.
So now with 2 down and a runner at second base. That'll bring to the plate Hannah Murphy, the designated player. First pitch by Sprankle, catching the outside corner for strike 1.
I'll tell you what, that had some wicked spin on it and broke right over the outside part of the plate. Good pitch by Sprankle.
Quickly working at Sprankle. This one high Put a little extra sauce on that one, but out of the zone for ball one. Turned out to be a pretty nice evening here in Mars. This ball launched to center field. Cassidy Adams tries to reach for it, but that one is gone. A 2-run home run by Hannah Murphy.
Hannah Murphy getting a piece of it. Dead center. Adams looked like she had it measured, went up and just missed her glove. And she came down to the ground, highly frustrated. Oh, she thought she had it measured right there, and I hope she's all right. I don't know if she landed awkwardly when she came down, but Coach Flanders going out to check her out.
And that quickly gets North Hills right back into this one. They trail by just 3 runs. A big spot there. Big spot there by Murphy. 2-run home run. It's now the 4th home run of this game. 3 on the side of Armstrong. That's the first for North Hills.
Yeah, right back in this game now. A 3-run game after that dinger. Yeah, North Hills not going quietly.
And indeed, not going quietly into the night are the North Hills Indians here, who defeated the Riverhawks, of course, in the Whitfield Championship game. Score of 12-2. Armstrong trying to turn the tides here and win what really is a even more impactful game than a district championship, a chance for a berth in a state championship.
Yeah, pretty unbelievable.
Really is. And now Ron Cohn, that is Ron Cohn. First pitch to her, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, Adams looks to be okay out there in center field. When she went up for that ball, Joan, I'm telling you, it just missed her glove.
Another big cut there by Ron Cohn. Another whiff or strike 2.
Well, Sprankle looking to get out of this 6th inning, limit the damage to 2 runs there on that home run. Nothing more.
This pitch hits softly off the end of the bat. Paul's going to throw on to first for out number 3. Another nice play by Emma Paul Short to end the top half of the 6th inning, but not without a 2-run home run here by Hannah Murphy to bring the visitors on the scoreboard back within 3 runs with an inning and a half to play.
Yeah, Joan, while we have a moment here between innings, North Hills taking the field, we'd like to thank TGIF Solutions, the official social media sponsor of High Top Sports Network and the home of the Shellhammer Atwood Agency. They can assist you and your loved ones with any insurance need, big or small. TGIF Solutions specializes in all types of insurance: auto, home, family, business, farm, and commercial. Visit tgif.solutions. TGIF Solutions, insurance that's right for you now and in the future.
Thank you to Brett and the folks at Shellhammer Atwood and Associates for their continued support here. This is what is sadly going to be our last game, Josh, of this spring season and this school year. And the folks like Shellhammer Atwood and Associates, who we all urge you guys to check out for all your insurance needs, have been a big part of our ability to do what we do. So thank you to Shellhammer Atwood and Associates and the rest of the teams of TGIF Solutions for their continued support of High Top Sports Network.
As the kids would say, there are day ones.
That's right. Our ride or dies.
That's right.
So Chutko back out on the mound here for North Hills. First pitch to Riley Kilgore, low in the zone, ball 1. Next pitch, high. Kilgore was thinking about maybe pulling the trigger on there, but wisely holds back for ball 2.
Yeah, good discipline right there by Riley Kilgore. She definitely thought about taking a cut.
Chutko with a nice quick inning last time around. Of course, the Riverhawks still putting 1 on the board. They've scored in every inning, whereas North Hills have scored in 3 of their 6 so far. Just catching the bottom of the zone there was Chutko for strike 1.
Well, yeah, the Riverhawks kind of came out of their shoes when Chutko came in. You know, they swung a couple of first pitch swinging at bats, and sure the coaching staff had something to say. Kilgore.
Nice line drive there to the gap. That one will reach the wall. Kilgore will round first. She's going to try to get into second. She will, standing up for a leadoff double.
Well, she was in the driver's seat. That's a hitter's count. Took a good cut right there. Kilgore rips one into the right center field gap for an extra base hit. And Joe, once again, the Riverhawks have the leadoff runner aboard.
They do indeed, and give credit to Riley Kilgore, taking that ball opposite field, not trying to do too much or try to put too big of a swing on it, just taking it where that pitch was and got past the glove of the outfielder, and she was able to trot in a second. So now runner in scoring position with no one down here, and that brings Cam Sprankle to the plate, who swings at the first pitch for strike number 1. And thank you to all you folks out there tuning in today here on High Top Sports Network. We certainly appreciate you choosing to spend your afternoon, evening with us.
And thanks also to those out there who have donated to us today, Joe. I saw a couple donations come in, and very, very thankful to our sponsors, of course, but our donors as well, you know, individuals out there who appreciate the product we provide and hit the little green donate button on the stream there, and many thanks. Won't say any names, won't embarrass anyone. But
thank you so much to those folks, indeed. A big swing and a miss there for out number 1. Sprankle, 3 pitches to retire the Armstrong pitcher. Now Bella Atherton, the catcher, the battery mate of Sprankle, will step in here with 1 down, and Kilgore still at second base. Apologize again for our camera kind of shifting a little bit. It wasn't ideal in the first place. This is where they put us, but Atherton gives this one a ride, but this will stay in the park. Kilgore's going to try to tag up. A nice throw here, but Kilgore will beat it out.
Good arm out there in right field.
Yeah, it was indeed there by
Shayna Perigo.
And Emma Smerick, who, dare I say, has had a MVP-type performance here for the Riverhawks in the semifinal game, will step in again. Two-run home runs to her name already. A 3-for-3 day as a whole. She'll stand in here now in the bottom of the 6th with 2 down. First pitch to Smerick. Ball 1.
I believe she's 2 for 2 because she walked in her first at bat.
That is correct.
But still 2 for 2. 3 runs scored, 4 RBI. That's a pretty good line score there.
Wouldn't call it bad. Pitch high out of the zone. You notice the last few times they pitched to Smerick, kind of being careful, not giving her anything too much. Yeah. So 2-0 the count. Chutko throws that pitch inside for strike 1. And the one thing to notice about Chutko, a left-handed pitcher, different look for the Riverhawks to have to face.
Yeah, lefty on lefty doesn't mean as much in softball because the ball's coming from below the waist instead of across the top of the body like baseball. But still difficult to hit a lefty if you bat lefty. Trust me on that one.
Smerick trying to hold back her swing on that one, unable to do so. Runs the count even, 2-2. Kilgore at third with 2 down. Ball outside. Runs the count full. 3-2 to Emma Smerick. Smerick puts beating into that ball, but right at the right fielder. She hardly had to take a step, maybe one forward, to retire Smerick and end the Armstrong threat, leaving Kilgore stranded at third. And Josh, that is the first inning that the Riverhawks have not put a tally on the scoreboard. They still lead 7-4.
You know what? Hey, if I'm Armstrong right now, I'm taking that swing all day from Emma Smerick. You know, she just line drived one out to Perigo, who, as you said, didn't have to move very much to make that play, but that ball was roped.
So the Riverhawks just 3 outs away from clinching a berth in the PIAA Class 5A state championship game in State College. But North Hills will not go away quietly. We saw that with 2 runs, and they were able to trot across the plate in the 6th inning off of a home run.
Yeah, and in the East, It's West Scranton versus Lampeter Strasburg. And West Scranton, the District 2 champ. Lampeter Strasburg, the District 3 champ. They're going at it in the East.
Here in the top of the 7th, it'll be the 9, 1, and 2 batters for North Hills. First pitch swinging, this hit back to Sprankle. She's going to throw on to first base in time for out number 1. Another bang, bang play, but Sprankle able to throw it accurately to Pewitt first for out number 1.
Yeah, way to field your position there, Cam Sprankle, coming out of the circle, picking that one up and getting it to Pew quickly to get the first out of the inning. Now the Riverhawks just 2 outs away from a trip to State College.
Cassidy Wittig is having a nice day for North Hills. Will stand in here with 1 down. Pitch outside. Called a ball. Want to know the count to the North Hills center fielder, Cassidy Wittig.
I think we're looking for a new ball. Maybe that was one of the ones that got hit out of play, maybe scuffed up a little bit. And Blue tosses it over to the Armstrong dugout. Cam Sprankle gets a new ball. And we're back at it.
Want to know the count, 1 down. Wittig at the plate, Westwood on deck. This one fouled back.
Oh yeah.
Right off the school bus.
Man, that was a heavy ball coming down right there.
1-1 the count. 1 down. Low pitch. Wittig able to hold off for ball 2.
Yeah, Wittig 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Has had a good day defensively as well, Joe, out there in center.
Pitch high and out of the zone. Ball 3. Wittig knows that a base is as good as any here. You need more than 1 run. You need 3 to tie it. So she's going to be patient here and make Sprankle throw strikes. This one hit hard. Benvenuti at second base, bobbles it, and that will allow Wittig to get to first base. So with 1 on, Wittig now at first base, and the number 2 hitter, Brenna Westwood, who was also having a pretty solid day here for North Hills, will stand in. Fortunate for the Indians, they're bringing the heavy hitters in their order to the plate here in this pivotal inning.
Yeah, Benvenuti just unable to come up with that ball. It was kind of falling out of her glove as she was reaching up from the ground.
First pitch to Westwood, called a ball. Still 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Pitch across there for strike 1.
Sprankle still just 84 pitches in here and working in the 7th inning. I mean, that's a good average per inning.
This ball hit up the middle. Sprankle's going to throw to second base. Paul's going to try for the double play. Lead runner is retired, but Westwood able to beat it out at first base. So now the Indians down to their final out here in the top of the 7th inning. And they will bring their number 3 hitter, Melanie Taylor, to the plate.
Well, it's almost surreal, Joe.
First pitch to Taylor, low in the zone for ball 1. She's 0 for 3 today so far.
Well, what I was going to say there, Joe, is it's so surreal. You know, when I watched this team open up the regular season against Freeport, they hit a bunch of bombs in that game too, Joe, and it's just continued all season long. Riverhawks, power surge.
So 2 balls. This ball hit towards the shortstop. Paul, throw on to first base in time, and the Riverhawks have done it. They have beaten North Hills, and they have clinched a berth in the PIAA Class 5A championship game in State College.
Absolutely unbelievable, historic season for this Armstrong team, this program. Joe, we talked jokingly before the season that, you know, up to this point, they were probably the least successful of the Armstrong athletic programs, and just out of the gates all year long, just hitting bomb after bomb. And now they are headed to Penn State to take on the winner of Lampeter-Strasburg and West Scranton. I'm going to try and find that really quickly if possible, because that game was scheduled to go at 2 o'clock today. So
another mighty offensive, or mighty impressive offensive performance here for the Riverhawks. You know, they seem to really get the bats going here at what is truly the most difficult time to do so, as you're in the state playoffs. Now they're just one win away from a state championship on the 5A level, Josh. But their offense certainly a big part of that. And, you know, I don't want to give too much credit to it, because their defense tonight, outside of that one error, and which was a tough play nonetheless, and even though Benvenuti, the second one she bobbled there at second base, she was ranging pretty hard, but their defense pretty stout as well to go right along with that awesome offense that they've shown here on this state playoff run.
And Cam Sprankle doing a great job. You know, she knows she's got a tremendous offense in that dugout. And as you said today, Joe, a couple of times she's pitching to contact, letting the defense help her out. And she just had an excellent game. And the Riverhawks will be taking on Lampeter-Strasburg Friday at 4 p.m. in the state championship game at Penn State. So the District 3 champ going against the Whippeal runner-up for a state title.
And you mentioned it there, Josh. It's got to be very sweet for the Riverhawks to be able to beat the team that stole that Whippeal championship title from them here in the state semifinals. And no matter what happens, Riverhawks will have a banner to hang at Armstrong Junior Senior High School, whether it's a state championship or a state runner-up.